Hi and welcome. It's Mick Wood, the Lanky Gamer UK, and we are going to be looking at another rough and ready review. This is number 3, and in tonight's review, we're going to be looking at Rory's Story Cubes. This is more of an activity rather than a game. It's fantastic for the kids. My grandkids have spent a lot of time playing with these. It says on the box, I think 8 years and upwards, but I would suggest 4 years and upwards is certainly doable. I'm going to be taking a look at how to use these cubes, and also I'll show you the iOS app on my iPad, which is pretty cool as well. Okay, so we'll just take a look at some of the different sets before I show how it works. The orange box essentially is the base set, and I'll be using that shortly to demonstrate how the system works. But I think altogether now there's about 36 different sets. So I've got the Fantasia set, Voyages, Action sets, and then there's like mini sets, Intergalactic, Explore, Strange, Rampage, and so on. So there's a nice selection of different sets. So I'm going to attempt to demonstrate how the system works. It could all go wrong. First of all, we've got 9 dice, which I'm going to put into the little dice tower in a minute. Here's an example. Here's a dice. It's got a learner plate, magnet, I guess, a sheep, fire, a padlock by the looks of it, and a foot. So there's 6 different images on each dice, 9 dice in the set, 54 images, and there's over 10 million permutations of how these dice can land. And if you get fed up using one set of dice, you can get some more from the different sets. Okay, so this could all go wrong, but basically I'm going to call the 9 dice up and drop them in the dice tower. Lift the dice tower up. Look at all the dice. Now there's no right or wrong way of interpreting these images. It looks like I've got a smiley face, a castle, a magnifying glass, a bee, lightning, a star, looks like a flower, somebody who's fast asleep, and the magnet. And the idea is I now can make a story up using these 9 dice. And remember, there is no right or wrong way, it's just whatever fun you want. Okay, so this is my attempt at a story. Oh, once upon a time, there was a king, and he slept in a tower. And he had beautiful dreams. And one day he was dreaming about a bee. And the bee was eating pollen from the flowers. And he thought, I want to go and have a look at this bee. So what he did, he walked over to the bee, and using his magnifying glass, he had a look at what was going on. Unfortunately though, he dropped his magnifying glass, he couldn't find it anywhere. So what he did, he got this ginormous big magnet, and the magnet attracted the magnifying glass, and he was able to rescue it. And then what happened was, just as he was out in the garden with his magnifying glass, a terrific storm happened. It poured rain down, and just as quickly as it poured the rain, it stopped again, and a shooting star flew across the sky, and it made him So happy he couldn't stop smiling. So what you can see on screen now is the iOS app for Rory Story Cubes, and essentially if I click on the dice there, it will rearrange, it'll basically roll the dice for you. The third icon along straightens all the dice up for you, but you can also bring them and put them, rearrange them and so on. You could even take a picture, and perhaps if you're doing it via Zoom or something like that, you could send people the picture. It's really good. You can, as I said before, you can buy different sets. There's loads and loads. So you get the original set, and then you can, all these different sets you can buy to add to the app. I prefer to use a physical dice, but there you go. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my story. You can see how much fun that could be, especially for children. I've made a few notes just to keep my memory safe. I think it's fantastic for children. Really, it's 4+. I know my grandchildren just really enjoyed playing it. It's creative. It helps them to identify the symbols, improves their vocabulary. It improves their communication skills, their storytelling, their speech. It does lots of stuff. It stimulates creativity for youngsters, but also for all people like me. Stimulates creativity. It's a wonderful little tool. If you're putting the kids to bed, you could actually make up bedtime stories using something like this. The app is great if you use the app. And as I said, there's 10 million combinations with just one pack of 9 dice. So if you mix and match, the permutations are unlimited. You could even take this to the pub or a restaurant if you'd ordered a meal, you were waiting. Even the adults could just play it, fit in your bag, no problem. It is a lot of fun. And so I highly recommend it. If you've got young children, it's really a must buy. It's not expensive. I think you pick them up on eBay for under £5 or something like that. And I think the app might be free, but I'm not sure. But overall, I think it's brilliant. That's Rory's Story Cubes, Rory O'Connor. First came out in 2005. And for me, excellent.